How's it going, everybody? Stop Vegeta saying what is good to all my Super Saiyan homies, and I am here, finally back doing some videos again. Kind of going to try to do some stuff a little bit differently. This one is going to be a bit on the longer side, and that is because, again, I'm trying to do something a little bit new and a little bit different. I am finding myself struggling to do commentary of late while I'm recording a match. It just doesn't allow me to focus properly on the match at hand. And I say it all the time, you know, I'm not the best player. I'm not someone who's like constantly breaking rank 50 and stuff like that. Like, it's just not who I am as a player. So I decided that I was already recording all of my matches anyway to kind of watch them back and see what I was doing wrong and analyze, you know, see what I could do better as a player. So I decided that it might actually be beneficial for other people if I ended up taking my matches, going back and recording them and analyzing them, and, you know, just kind of doing some post commentary to maybe comment on the mistakes that I'm making, analyze some of the good things that my opponents have been doing. So for this, it's going to actually end up being a Goku Black showcase. I mean, you guys don't need me to tell you how insane this guy is. I wanted to go into his kit, but at this point you all know how crazy this man's kit is. You know, with his inflict damage to hybrid Saiyans in this meta, that reduction of ki when he's getting hit, he's got some health restoration, he's got some blast armor. I mean, he, especially just as a range unit, there are a lot more impressive range units these days. Like, I know it's still a very strike-oriented meta, but he's definitely doing some impressive work. And so he's kind of rounded off with the Powerful Opponent Future build. The only reason I didn't do a full Powerful Opponent showcase is because, quite frankly, as much as I love Turles, Bootanks is really just garbage, and Trunks is a lot better than Turles is. So I ended up doing this, and then I just have Cell here for the double defensive buffs. Some people like to run Mai there, which is totally fine considering she's got all those sparking buffs, or the health buffs rather. So yeah, I think I already mentioned this, but this is going to be a bit on the longer side, because again, I am trying something different. So there are going to be a good amount of matches. I've already recorded all of them, and it's all just post-commentary. So yeah, without further ado, we're just going to hop right into it, and I hope you guys like it. Okay, so first match, we're going out against a very wailed out fusion team, and right away, I kind of start falling into some nasty habits. I tend to go right away after I get to a vanish, and it really does screw me a lot. Now right here, I could have used an extra vanish there. However, you know, just not having type advantage, I didn't want to go for it. And once again, I gotta get screwed by going right away just there. Whereas if I'm sure had I waited, there would have been a sidestep or something. But he does actually drop the combo, and that does give me a second to kind of capitalize on all this. However, I don't really have a lot of cards, and so I just kind of do the best with what we got. For whatever reason, though, he does switch into the Kefla. I mean, she does kind of heal a little bit, and while that would have been a nice stop clock if I had a vanish, it doesn't really do much of anything for me, other than kind of really prolong the inevitable. And so right in here, I bring in Trunks with the hopes that maybe he'll eat some of the damage a little bit. He's also the one that I don't really need, because he's not really providing anything for me here. I'm trying to just get Gotenks, and I'm trying to get Vegito Blue at this point, which I can take care of with Zamasu and Goku Black. Especially because I still haven't used the transformation. I still haven't used Zamasu's main. So, you know, there's still pretty good hope here, despite being at quite the disadvantage in terms of health, in terms of star count. I mean, it's just crazy. But and once again, there it is again. The lack of patience just kind of gets me screwed. However, he does drop the combo, and I do manage to scave off the ult, which is very nice. A transformation. He does get a little bit of distance on and pulls in Gotenks, and that's going to give us a little bit of that. Now, I have a feeling that the idea there was he was trying to drop the combo, but in doing that, I was able to kind of get a perfect out of him. And yeah, I'm not really sure what the Kefla switching was really meant to do. But at that point, again, we're able to kind of get in another, you know, a solid vanish in on that one. Now, this is good that, you know, we're just able to get his Vanish, stop that final Kamehameha despite the lock-in, but at this point the switch-in's already pretty much there, and with that we're able to bring back in Goku Black, which kind of is going to at least end the auto combo that is Vegito Blue. And with that, you know, it's just a bad key cancel, something I very easily could have stopped, but again, we get it kind of lucky here with him dropping the combo. And as you can see, I was trying to get in a charge step there, but it didn't work out. So with that, you know, the only thing we kind of really have an option there is a rush. Plus, this is a 14-star Gotenks, so to get a rush in on him is probably important. I mean, doing this, you know, just that alone brought him down with the taps. So even if he had guessed us, that would have been fine. We would have been able to take him out with taps. And at this point, we're in a pretty good position, being up 2-1 against VB. Now there are some panic swipes going on there, and he does drop the tackle in a combo. But this is nice because it does mean that we are going to be able to get his Vanish, and that's going to put Goku Black in a very nice position going forward. Yes, he's able to get this off, but I mean, he's been kind of running combos as much as he can. And with that, you know, we're just able to kind of seal the deal, hop in, and strike him down with this beautiful combination. So yeah, without further ado, that was a nice little one. We're going to hop into the next one. Okay, so match number 2, we're going up against a Legends Road team, and I have to say I'm very impressed to see this, like, efficiently run, because, like, if we're being honest here, Legends Road is a very good team right now. So right away, I'm kind of able to take advantage of him sliding forward. He just kind of dashed forward, so I knew I could kind of take advantage of that. And right away, I've got some good priority and nice little tap clash going on, but here's where the mistakes start happening. I do kind of get cocky with the vanishes I had and bring in Zamasu, who is low, but I mean, on the positive side, he's already pretty far into his combo, so while he's taking half my HP, you know, I can get back from that. And the panic steps do start there, right there, but it kind of does work out in my favor somehow. So here we're going to pop the main, and here I should have thrown a Blast Darts first, but I was just intent to do a lot of damage quick, and I didn't think I was going to have the Blast Darts, so just kind of panicking in the moment. I threw the blue card. You do get a really good amount of damage on this Gohan, but still. So here I bring in the Cell, and I right away fall for a tap bait, even trying to go for a tap punch. He's kind of starting to read me now, and he's able to throw a strike right in, but I am able to catch him with Zamasu. So, I mean, I'm going to look at a pretty good position right now. He brings in the Goku, but, you know, it's not the worst thing. Once again, I end up falling for a tap bait, but this time my tap punches do work, and for whatever reason, he doesn't get the read. I am able to get Goku Black in here and kind of just start things up. Now, as you can see, my key charge didn't really go through, but it's okay because, you know, I'm able to at least string a little bit together, pop up the main, have enough to do a nice little combo here, and just end Gohan with some tap punches. So it ends up being a pretty good combo. Trunks is coming in, who still hasn't transformed yet, which is nice because it kind of delays his heal for a little bit, and we are able to eat the Vanish with a tackle and then a couple of taps. He closes some distance, and in doing that, we are able to get our Vanish back, but he does start a nice little combo here. However, it's not really the end of the world, since it's a green versus that. Now switching into Goku, we are once again able to bait him with a tackle, and down just goes Goku. That second life is gone, and a blue card, which is just a chef's kiss of an animation, is going to take him out. So Zamasu's back in here, and again, I'm kind of falling for things. I'm going for some stupid jumps. You know, had he just played a little better, he probably could have caught me. So I bring in Red Cell here, and you're probably wondering, why would I bring in a red against him? Well, the thing is, I know he's going to get rid of the first life, and that's okay, because I'm totally fine with him bringing up the second life. He does plenty of damage to blue units. But more importantly, it kind of allows us to get a Vanish back in there and end his priority. As you can see here, we take it, and I'm going to bring in Goku Black. However, I do end up dropping the combo, and he is able to do a little bit of damage, but you know, it's not gonna be nearly enough. So with that, we're able to bring in Zamasu and kind of force his rush because he doesn't really have another 10 timer counts to waste. So he's going to at least try to get somebody out there. And I don't know. I think that's the thing that I really like about Cell is that he prolongs the rush to the late game. He really lets you play the game and forces you and your opponent to think a lot. So he really, truly is my favorite unit to play as in the game. My favorite unit is ROC Goku, but I just love the way Cell plays in the game. So some nicely timed tackles, a card reload, you know, it's not looking very good for Trunks right now. You know, I am messing up with a couple of panic swipes here, and I even am going to kind of bring in Cell and sacrifice him a little bit just for my mistakes, because, you know, that's kind of what Cell's here for. He's here to kind of be sacrificed. And even at that, he's doing an incredible job of surviving all this against type advantage. So, like, that's, to me, is still very impressive. I mean, even these numbers he's putting up on strike damage, he's not a strike-based unit, and he's still doing good damage at type disadvantage. So with that, we're able to kind of bait it with tap punches, but I did go for a double tap, and that does kind of screw me up. However, it does kind of give me the confidence going forward that he's not going to have his vanish. And he's just not doing enough damage unless he gets another rush in. You know, he's getting some really good taps in. This is just getting to be a scary moment for me, but one blast strike is able to do the job. It really was just prolonging the inevitable. Alright, so this next match was not my finest hour. It's Hercule and Future God Key, whatever you want to call it. Deadly is what it is. This match is not my finest hour. So I am able to catch him kind of early and stop the endless combo, because God, good lord. You can't tell me VV's a fair unit, but you know, it kind of takes some key away. Get the vanish. Again, it's just a lack of patience here is really going to be my undoing, and you know, I only prolong the inevitable with his endless combo. He does go for a green combo, green card there, which does just kind of screw up the order of things. And I am going to bring out Goku Black. And my key cancel actually gets messed up because for whatever reason, it's registered 2 of my swipes forward, which sometimes happens. And so, like, it's kind of, I'm always nervous when I do stuff like that, because that happens to me a lot, where like it'll register a swipe 2 times rather than 1. Whereas most of the you know, pro players will tell you just swipe furiously to try and get through it. There is a nice little clash going on here, and I am kind of trying to hold my own. I do get a little bit of priority here. He brings in VV, hoping that I am going to go for a blast, but I didn't have any, so that just kind of was lucky on me. And I am able to get the ult off onto him, which you know, it's going to do some nice damage to VV, but it's VV, so his main can really just get it all back for him, you know. This is just, I mean, a deadly combo right here. Hercule just coming in, he's going to really mess up momentum. And even if I panic swipe, like right there alone was enough. I should have had him when the blast starts right there, but that paralysis, you know, really came in handy. I mean, it was just insane. I do kind of underpredict that one, and he is going to be able to bring in VV to rush my purple, you know, and that's just going to be a problem considering that, well, Goku Black is a problem. I'm not going to be able to guess the rush because I do end up going for the green card instead of the blue card, and that's the thing, a lot more people are going back to doing green and blue cards if they have them. So, I don't know, there was kind of a system of like, you know, well, if it's a blast unit, go for a strike card, if it's a strike unit, go for a blast card, but it's just, it is what it is. So once again, that, you know, it's just gonna, that paralysis is just gonna bite me in the ass. A final Kamehameha is gonna come through and just Trunks stands absolutely no chance. And at this point, it's all up to Goku Black. And with that, he's able to time it into a panic swipe. And even at type disadvantage, it's Vegito Blue. We all know how it goes. He times my tackle perfectly. He's pretty much reading me like a book at this point. And there's not really much that I can do at this point. I'm going to be able to get a transformation in, but because of VB's unique ability, there's going to be no healing involved from it. And his Goku Black is just going to go off right here. And at this point, there's not really much I can do. I try to get him with a tap blast and a strike cancel. I am able to get at least one more priority in, which is kind of nice, but the only one I'm going to be able to take out is Hercule. I'm going to throw my rush, and it's just going to be pointless at this point because he has his vanish, and my mistakes are going to cost me dearly at this point. And so, honestly, that's why Hercule is so deadly. Okay, so for this next match, we're going up against a Super Saiyan, LF Saiyan, I don't really know what to call this, but it starts out as just absolute dog shittery. Just utter garbanzo bean. For whatever reason, he brings in his Vegito there. And the lag is just a little bit unreal right now, so I'm just kind of taking a breather, you know, try and assess things, what's going on. He's able to kind of read it and get that blast chain. I do promise this match does get a little bit better, but it just ends up starting out real rough right here. And I think I'm able to kind of take a little bit of advantage of that, because for whatever reason, again, they brought in this Vegito. I can tell from all the lag that it's a real person. You know, I can tell the connection's unstable. And I think I lose him right here, and that's where this kind of becomes something I can work with. So I'm able to kind of take advantage of that vanish right there and just go straight for it. He's stuck in the strike animation, if he's still there. Again, at this point, it's probably very likely it is a bot. And so I'm not going to switch out right here just because, you know, it is what it is. I'm able to catch a strike there, and just these little mistakes are kind of what convinces me that it might still be a real person. So I try to kind of end this as quick as possible because, you know, I'm not really trying to deal with any of this lag. Throw out a rush right here, even though I'm a type advantage, you know, against Bardock here. It's just nice to get him out of the way. It's not going to be really getting any critical buffs anymore, and we've already done a good amount of damage to Super Vegito, so that's pretty nice. We're going to take a moment to transform with Goku Black here, and then just kind of switch out to Zamasu, see what we can do. We are able to catch him in the animation there. I believe it was PV. And just right there, we're going to be able to take out this Vegeta. So this just really kind of ends up getting wrapped up pretty quickly after all that. We're just going to tank a little bit of damage here, going to be able to switch out. We are going to get rushed here, and that's also something that kind of leads me to believe that he stuck around. Maybe his connection was a bit loose at first, you know, who knows, I don't really know. But I am able to guess the rush, and that also kind of inclines me to believe that, you know, maybe it is a bot, and it just ends off right there. Alright, final match of the video. We are going up against a Super Saiyan Fusion combo. Now, I did something like this the other day. I did both Super Vegitos and Bardock, because I do like having that purple Super Vegito there to kind of deal with any nasty green types. But this is a really cool combination to see, just because you don't really see this Gogeta a lot, and he's not a bad unit by any stretch of the imagination. He's just not as good as Kefla. And that's just really that. And so Cell's going to kind of eat some damage here. It's just, you know, thus is life, that's the way of the land. And now I'm actually going to bring in Goku Black to eat some of the damage, because right there our transformation is going to eat up some of that damage. You know, not all of it, but a good amount. We are able to get a vanish in there, and he does get a choice tap to distance himself, and he does get a really nice double vanish in there, which is pretty good. Now, I thought I was going to be predicting a blast, but he does catch me with the green card, and that's just, you know, one of the many reasons why this yellow Super Vegito is so deadly. I mean, he's just so good. And so I am going to pay the ultimate price for using Vegito Blue here. You know, this always happens to me. Vegito Blue is OP for everybody except me. He's not my character. I try not to play with him. I use him to bait people out so I can use either Zamasu or the purple Vegeta. But that's just that. He disappears right there on me. And so it's going to be up to Cell and Goku Black. Cell has his first life, and we are able to get a clash. Better a clash than nothing. But, you know, it does not matter. So Bardock's just going to get in, do his thing, end my first life right then and there. But it ends up being, you know, not the worst thing in the world, because we only have one timer count left on Goku Black, so we can kind of try to at least take advantage of him still being there. He is able to get hack on that, but he doesn't realize we have a second green card to get that in and start in a priority with Goku Black, which just ends up being lovely. So we're going to pop the main right here, get another blast in, and we're going to be able to even just tap away to get rid of Bardock, which is great. Just get rid of the crits there. He is going to get me with a nice tackle right there. But, you know, he's already used his rush. He's already taken out BB, so there's not nearly as much to worry about right now. We're going to do what we can do. And a nice time switch, because he is switching out with Super Vegito there. Now, I thought I caught him in a long animation, but I guess I didn't. He is able to get a priority off, but, you know, he's even doing good damage, but we're able to get him with a drop combo and a nice little green card, just to kind of ensure that we're going to be able to get in and get this combo going. He does bring back in the Super Gogeta, and we are able to get some nice damage in, and at this point we're just going to throw the rush, because even if at worst we're able to get him down, we're able to get the forfeit, and that's going to be it for the video. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this new format, this way of doing things. I hope somebody found this, at least somewhat helpful. Again, the whole goal is to try and analyze for me to be a better player and for other people to kind of learn from my mistakes. Because again, I don't think a lot of players point out their mistakes and their issues when they play. But yeah, that's really that. I know some of the matches were a little choppy at the end. That's because I wasn't really planning on making this a showcase originally. It just kind of like clicked with me like after I had 5 decent matches in a row that could do this. So I apologize for some of it just feeling like some of the matches ended like kind of abruptly. Like even the match that I lost, like I literally ended it on the finish screen. Like I know. So I apologize for that. So yeah. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.